The next resource which you are going to study is the energy resource. Now energy, it plays a very important role in our life. You can say that it is the ability of a physical system to do work on other physical system. Okay, where work, it requires pressure. Okay, it requires force, it requires pull, it requires to push. Or in other words, a simple example I can give you all, that we people, we consume food. Why we are consuming food? In order to get energy. And why we want energy? We want energy in order to do work. Okay, so we are eating that, and then after eating, certain energy is generated, and with that energy we can move on in our day-to-day life and do our basic work, regular work. So that is why you can say energy is important. Okay, in other words or simple language, I can tell that energy defined as a capacity to do work. Basically, it is a capacity of a person or a animal or any living thing or non-living thing, you can say, to do work. We require energy for doing certain work. Okay, your energy can be produced in many forms. It can be produced as heat, as a power life, or energy can be used for moving object or producing the electricity. Okay, fuel is one of the important aspect which stores energy. Now you all know that human consumption has also grown steadily. Why it has grown steadily? Because of the growing population, because of the uh, equipments which we are using. That equipments require large amount of energy as compared to what we were using in our past life. You all know that now, according to this time, the person is using 110 times as much as energy which was used by the early person. Means 110 times the capacity of energy is increased, which is used by today's people as compared to what they were using in the past decades. Okay, now there are different sources. There are many sources available. In If you go through the techmax, in techmax over there, it is given renewable resources and non-renewable resources. So this topic is differently already available in your syllabus, so we are going to cover the in that. Over here I am showing you all some other sources of energy, how energy can be generated. After this resources topic is covered, we are having one different topic, what are renewable resources and non-renewable resources. So over there we are going to cover that in depth. So I have given you over here three sources. First one is nuclear fusion in the sun, that is solar energy, gravity generated by earth and moon, and third one is the interior energy in the interior of the earth. So let's see nuclear fusion in the sun. It means solar energy. Now everyone knows that solar energy arrives from the sun, and how it is generated? They are generated by electromagnetic radiations. So we can say that it can be used directly for heat, directly can be used as heat, correct? And then it is converted to electricity. This energy is directly used as heat, and then it is converted into electricity for other purposes. Okay, this solar energy is a renewable resource. Okay, and it is unlimited. It can be used in as much amount we want. And also, if pollution is not there, then this is the non-polluting energy which will not cause any harmful effect. If humans are not making any damages, then this is the energy which has many benefits for human life. Okay, so this is what solar energy all about. The next one is the gravity generated by the earth and the moon. Now you all know one thing, that the gravitational pull of the moon, the gravitation pull which is generated to the moon, it causes tides, and this tides are used for driving turbines. Now turbines are like windmill. Okay, and it is a machine, you can say, we can call it as a windmill, which is used for producing continuous amount of energy or continuous power. For generating continuous power, turbines are used. Okay, and the medium it requires can be water, steam, gas, anything. So this tide which is naturally generated by the gravitational pull of the moon, it also helps to produce energy in ample amount. Even that is ample amount energy. And unlimited source, and also it is not polluted. So this is what basically the gravitational pull, which helps to generate tides, or you can say windmills are used for generating excessive electricity. Now if we combine the solar energy and the gravitational which is used by the moon, if we combine this both the energy, then other types of energy can also be generated. Okay, like we know the solar radiation, what they are doing, they are heating the air and also evaporating the water. Say if they are doing this, then what gravitational can cause, what gravity can cause, it will cool the air and also condense the water back to the earth. Solar energy is evaporating it, and the gravitational pull by the moon, it is helping in storing and condensing the water. So you all are understanding both this are totally different concept, but each of it's having its own benefit in some other words. Okay, so this is, you can say, a circulation process in the environment. Okay, where a certain energy takes place, some is evaporating for some other purposes and some is storing for the purposes. Evaporation takes place, it is also a part of our atmosphere, and when water is stored on the ground level, what is happening at that time, the stored water is getting stored in the watershed, as I've explained here earlier, and it is used throughout the year by the people. This water is fresh water which can be consumed. So all these sources are related to each other and it have its own advantages. Okay, third one is the energy in the interior of the earth. Now decaying of the radioactive elements produces heat. Okay, we know that these radioactive elements are responsible for producing heat. You want, you can go through the history of earth. Now this is the heat that causes the temperature to increase in the depth of the earth. This heat is causing to increase the temperature of the earth, and also it is helping to melt the rock, the mantle rocks, the main upper crust. It is helping in the melting of this rock, and they are called as magmas. What is happening when the rocks are melted, they are forming magmas. It is a total different concept. You can study how it works, what are magmas basically. Okay, so all this process is basic example. What I wanted to show you all is that this energy resources, they are available very easily in large amount. It had several benefits, and through this energy different other energies can also be produced, and it can be used by human, which is a very precious resource. I hope you'll understand what energy resource is all about, and the types renewable and non-renewable we will be studying in next part. Once these resources will be completed in depth, you all are going to study.